Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Monica Rhea, and today I'm back with some laundry tips and tricks to share with you that'll save you time, the environment, and money, all while extending the life of your garments. Especially nowadays with the prices of everything going up, these tips and tricks will prove quite useful in your everyday life, but more so on laundry days. Tip number 1. Gaining a new perspective on clothes and fashion. I know we've all participated in fast fashion in one way or another, but now is a really great time to consider changing that. For starters, your clothes are an outward extension of you, and that's important, right? And this is not so much about what people think of you or your clothes. It's about the image and qualities that you want to project out into the world. And plus, if you know you look good and you're comfortable, that works serious magic on your mood. So you should be investing in your clothes. One way to do this is by buying clothes of higher quality. This does not mean buying the most expensive clothes out there. It just means being more aware of the types of fabrics that are being used and where they're sourced from. This is important because 1, you're not having to replace these poor quality garments all the time, and 2, if a particular company doesn't already have actual sustainable or ethical practices already in place, you wouldn't want to continue funding them, right? So some great alternatives would be to do a quick Google search on local clothing brands or lines, or some slightly larger brands that are more eco-centric. Of course, from buying new clothes would be buying thrift or secondhand. There are tons of tutorials online on how to style them and how to alter them in various ways, and the options are endless, really. Tip number 2, prepping your clothes before you wash them. Unroll cuffs and pant legs, empty pockets, secure any kind of Velcro, zip zippers, and unbutton buttons. This will save you the headache later, trust me. Another good one is to put your non-delicate underwear and socks into mesh bags. This is especially useful for baby and toddler socks. It's like they just don't want to be found sometimes. Oh, and if you despise pilling on your clothes, try turning them inside out the next time you wash them. I'm willing to bet this right here is one of the top 3 reasons why some people throw a garment away. Number 3, using eco-friendly detergents or DIY alternatives. Here are some eco-friendly detergents that I've used personally, and I think they're all great options. If you like the idea of DIY detergents, here are a few good recipes. Tip number 4, getting brighter whites naturally. Putting your white garments in hot water with a few lemon slices for about an hour will have them beaming. Another natural option would be sun bleaching. This is effective and free. And number 5, maintaining vibrant colors. First off, you definitely want to be using cold water. This helps the fibers stay closed, helping trap the dye inside. A lot of synthetic fibers nowadays are color fast, so you don't have to worry too much about the color fading or bleeding in the laundering process. But a quick way to know if a garment is not color fast is to look at the tag. If you see phrases like, don't use detergent, use cold water, or wash before wearing, 9 times out of 10, you'll need to use some color catching sheets like these for the first few washes. Another natural way to keep the colors of your clothes vibrant is to either add 1 cup of white vinegar or half a cup of salt to the wash cycle. Number 6, hand washing your clothes, especially the ones made of natural fibers like wool, silk, rayon, and linen. When you're hand washing, you should use lukewarm water and mild soap. Be sure that you're not using detergent that's meant specifically for machines. The enzymes in those detergents can deteriorate fabrics made of natural fibers over time. There are detergents and soaps specifically made for hand washing, like these. I know some people think of this whenever someone mentions hand washing clothes, but you really only need to swish them around about 3 to 9 minutes, depending on how dirty they are. When it comes to removing the excess water of the clothes, you want to squeeze the water out, not wring them. Wringing your clothes, especially those of natural fibers, stretches them out and distorts them, and it will show. Tip number 7, natural fabric softener. This ties in nicely with the next two, but adding 1/4 to 1 cup of white vinegar to the rinse cycle will actually soften the feel of your clothes. I also want to mention that you never ever want to mix vinegar and bleach. This creates a potentially lethal chlorine gas, and if you accidentally mix these, get some fresh air stat. Number 8, air drying. Some of the benefits of air drying your clothes are that it uses less energy, saves money, less impact on the environment, it prevents static cling, it reduces wear and tear, and it gives your clothes a nice, fresh, clean scent. If you ever have air dried clothes, you'd probably notice that they become very stiff. To prevent this, you can toss them in the dryer with a few wool dryer balls on the air fluff setting for the last 10 minutes of drying. The wool balls help with the drying times and fluff your clothes with very low impact or friction to your clothes. Tip number 9, adding fragrance to your clothes. So even though you may use more natural options for your laundry, that doesn't mean you can't have great smelling clothes. I have a couple of options for you. Of course, there are many more. 1, you can add about 10 drops of your favorite essential oil to one of those wool dryer balls during the air fluff time. Or 2, you can make a DIY fabric refresher spray by putting 2 cups of water and 1 teaspoon of baking soda in a reusable spray bottle, preferably glass. I like to use this one, but you can use whatever you have on hand. So after you've combined those two by shaking the bottle a bit, you can then add about 20 drops of your favorite essential oils. Adding bonus to this is that you can actually use the spray around the house as well. And lastly, at number 10 would be creating your style and/or capsule wardrobe. This will help in the long run to help figure out what your general style is. An easy and fun way to do this is to get on Pinterest, make a dedicated board, and start looking at different outfits. And before you know it, the board will be pretty full, and from there you just look at the common trends and the styles that you lean more towards. This will help you visualize your style, which makes it easier for you to bring it to life. In this step, make sure that you are having fun and do not for a second think what other people are going to think. This is about you and your style, no one else's. All of the products that I mention or show in this video will be linked down in the description. Alright, that's it for today. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!